Hey friend, it's Tux here. The future is now with Xfinity. Not really, okay? This video is an unboxing for the Xfinity X1 operating system, okay? And real quick backstory on this is when Xfinity X1 came out, Xfinity, of course, is Comcast, the cable company, and they wanted a new term because everyone hated Comcast. It was voted like the worst customer service ever. So they created this name, Xfinity, to try and make them seem more trendy. Like even like look at the X, it goes down further like the Y does, but this side is shorter. Like they're trying to be cool, okay? And I get that. And I guess quick backstory is I have worked at Fox in Miami. I have friends who worked in cable companies. My knowledge of TV is pretty good, okay? So anyway, when X1 came out, I was like, yeah, I'll sign up. This is before Xbox One, before Connect voice commands, stuff like that. And so it seemed like a good thing. So I called after seeing these commercials saying, hey, you want the future? Sign up to X1. And so I called and they were like, oh, great, we can schedule your appointment. The technician has to come out to your house and it's going to cost $50 for X1. And I was like, whoa, like, wait, isn't like service visits free? And they're like, no, for X1, the technician has to do certain tweaking and adjusting, and it's going to cost $50 to install X1 and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, it's okay. I don't really watch that much TV. And beside the hard drive I already had, like stuff I saved, like E3s from like 2010. Okay, so I didn't want to, trade in my converter box essentially. But little by little, like I've been needing to, just because now I record everything in HD and 4K. I have a 4K TV, and it just seems like I need the space, and I have to keep deleting things. So I'm hoping that I can store more this way than the old converter way. So this is cloud-based storage. So anyway, long story short, lately on Comcast, they've been popping up messages saying, hey, we noticed you haven't done X1. Like, why don't you do it? It's free and blah, blah. So I checked into it, and now it really is free. Now they do not need a technician to come to your house. So that makes me feel like the whole thing was kind of like a little BS, just to make $50 or whatever it was. Maybe it was 65, I don't remember. But anyway, so they have this thing now where they can actually, you can just self-install it, which is cool. And they didn't have it in my local place, so when I called, they said they'd ship me one for free, which is pretty cool of them, actually. So I took them up on the offer, and here is what the Xfinity home install box looks like. And I have to say, this is kind of big. This is like almost looks like a DirecTV box. I've had DirecTV, I've had Dish, I've had all of them. And, this is kind of a big box for what I would think would be a small little converter. So anyway, let's open this up and see what is in the box in case you are thinking about switching over to X1 and want to do the self-install. This is how complicated it will be. Okay, let's see what is inside the box here. I have to say this is OEM packaging, but it does have Xfinity tape, so I do respect that. Let's see here. I definitely don't feel like this is like a Microsoft or Apple product in fancy boxes by any means. But inside, this is a little better. Let's see here. Okay, so we got bubbles. They give us like a little splitter, it looks like, which is nice. In case you need one of these bad boys, gives you a extreme broadband engineer splitter. So that's cool. I have too many of these. I'm very happy to have an extra one. Very cool. Now, on the inside of the box here, this looks pretty good, actually. This looks like a nice package. It's nice and white. It says Xfinity on it with the cool X that goes down lower. Makes you feel like it's super cool. And let's take a look here and see what this box is like on the inside. Maybe this is what they wanted the $50 for originally, is the nice white box. Now, even though their shipping box is pretty boring, I have to say for Xfinity, this white box is kind of snazzy. I'm kind of digging it. And let's see here. Now, it looks like this might have been maybe a repurposed box. It looks like a little crease in here. I don't know. But it is a nice white box. X1 operating system. It's kind of funny they call this the X1 Entertainment Operating System, because basically you're getting a converter box, okay? It's not that complicated, guys. And on the inside, okay, this is nice. I like boxes that have special branding up here. I don't know if you can see this or not here. I'll try and I'll take a picture of it and show it in the corner. It says, let's get started up here in the upper little section. And inside here comes, this is very nicely packed. And it looks like there's an easy start guide. Some information I don't want to show you with my personal account information, which I'll have to hide. Gives you like little packets of paper explaining user guide. Like, this is all very nice. I'd say for Comcast this is pretty cool, actually. So I might have to cut this out. And inside here is the converter. So you can see it's pretty small. It's interesting to have these little weird comb things to hold the converter in place. We'll pull this out. And looking at this, oh look, it has accessories. That's cool. I do have to say, I like the packaging. It does have, much like Tokidoki, guys, it has like branded inside packaging with Xfinity all over the bag. They certainly don't want you to not know this is Xfinity. And looking at the converter box here, we'll take a look at this. Looks pretty standard, black, has a little button here. This looks pretty new. Well, it does have like a scratch there. I don't know. This looks like maybe it was repurposed. I'm not sure. Has tape here, unless this is like a sticky thing that comes off. I don't know why there's tape there. Interesting. Pretty standard little converter box. On the back here, it's kind of interesting. They have some kind of cool plugs. Looks like we have a regular out. We have HDMI out, Ethernet, which is interesting that's there, and usual plugs and stuff. So all in all, M card, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure about that. That might be like TV card function. Digital out. Pretty cool. It's kind of funny that they have a little sticker over the HDMI in. That would be a very useful function to me if they had HDMI in on this box, but apparently they do not want you using that. So anyway, pretty cool. But not a bad converter box. A little smaller, which I like, and it'll be easier to stick like Figmas and things on my converter box. This is actually for the media room, so anyway, lots of stuff. And we'll take a look here. Lift for accessories. Okay, so we're going to lift this up. Lift for accessories, like the Apple, Microsoft-ish type branding. Interesting, they have punch holes here all over the place, and this one's punched out. Maybe it's like for different size of converter boxes. It's adjustable. And here's what we have underneath. Our accessories. Okay, the accessory pack. You know, this looks pretty good, I have to say. You got your standard cable brick here. And I do like the way it has a Comcast. Oh, Comcast, not Xfinity. Boo! Now I feel like this is old technology. It says power. Okay, in case you were confused what this crazy thing is, this is the power cord. Pretty interesting. It actually has 3 parts. It has a regular power part here, the converter box part here, and this here. I'm not really sure what that's for. That's very interesting. I'm going to have to look into that. But I've never seen actually a power cord. It says power on a like fabric branded Xfinity Comcast little tie. That's very interesting. Very small brick though. Okay, moving on along, you get an HDMI cable, and this is very nice too. I have to say these cables are actually really nice. Again, Velcroed, branded, very cool. Lets you know it's HDMI. Looks like a nice cable. I can always use another one of these. And here they have 2 of these, again, branded cables. And these are actually the really nice ones, okay? These are the ones that have like the nice twist ends so you don't like rip your fingers apart trying to unscrew them. So these are actually really nice cables. So thank you, Xfinity Comcast, for the awesome cables. And then finally in here is the remote. And we'll check out this remote here. This is a voice remote, as they clearly tell you. Now I do use Connect for voice functions. Xbox is generally my operating system like that I have running on the TV at all times in a few languages here. It's interesting. So I don't know if I really use the voice functions on this or not, but this does look very nice. And do they give you batteries? They even give you batteries. Aw, isn't that nice? And this does look new, has a little pull tab on it and everything. So I don't know, this looks pretty decent. If I can shut it, let's see. I almost feel bad ripping off this little thing here. There we go. Oh shoot, okay, that wasn't good. Yeah, so anyway, they give you batteries. Now my battery's on the floor, but you get the idea. Pretty nice looking remote. You can see all the buttons. You got your Xfinity guide there for your pay-per-view or on-demand stuff and all those goodies. And all in all, it looks really nice. We'll check out some of the functionality of this in a little bit. But anyway, so that is it, guys. That is the box. That is what you get in the box, the accessories, and everything else. And I would say, all in all, you know, if it's free, if you haven't upgraded, if it's a free upgrade, it's probably worth it. And we'll check out if I continue to use Connect for voice commands, or if I switch to just using this. That'll be very interesting to see. Most likely, I'll be using my Samsung Smart TV. I have a 65-inch HD curved glass type TV, and usually I use that for voice commands for like YouTube and such, which you know I watch YouTube, so a lot. Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and be sure and check out my other channels. I have Tux Toys and Gamer Tux, and also I do have Tux Toys on Instagram and Twitter, and that is kind of the home of all my channels on Instagram and Twitter for promotions and whatnot. But I really appreciate you guys watching this, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye bye.